I haven't watched the Netflix/Disney Plus Daredevil show yet. I am going to, but let me tell you one thing. Daredevil is not made for TV shows, and Spider-Man isn't made for movies. Events like Spider-Man No More and the night Gwen Stacy died are usually supposed to be, well, they were originally 2 or 1 issues, because Spider-Man is supposed to be a soap opera. It's supposed to be like essentially a mini series. Each issue has their own story, and it's not a continuous story. Daredevil, on the other hand, he had 4 issues of Daredevil Born Again, and this comic series that's still going on is a Daredevil series, and he's been replaced by Elektra. And the plots of these comics, right, sound more like movies. Daredevil gets his secret identity revealed by villains because Karen Page, his girlfriend, right, who gets addicted to drugs, right, needs to reveal his secret identity to get drug money. That's the plot of Daredevil Born Again. The recent Daredevil arc shows Elektra becoming a new superhero, replacing Daredevil because Matt Murdock has been arrested and is in prison now. That sounds a bit like a movie. Now, so does Spider-Man No More, and so does Spider-Man The Night Gwen Stacy Died. But those are short little stories. Compared to Daredevil, they're more serious and they're not usually one-off stories. So if Daredevil can get a live-action TV series, why can't the beloved web singer get his own live-action series? And I thought, why not me? Why not? Why can't I pitch to you how I would do a Spider-Man live-action series? And the title of the series will be Friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man. This is Friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man Season 1. Now, this casting isn't temporary, but I would want to see Jake Peralta himself, Andy Samberg, playing the lead role as Spectacular, the Amazing, the Friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man. And he won't be the main role. He won't be the lead character. He won't be the main character. In fact, he'll be off doing other big missions, because the main role will go to Caleb McLaughlin.
Caleb McLaughlin.
Yeah, that. The reason why I chose these actors is because Andy Samberg played Jake Peralta, right? Who is essentially an elderly Peter Parker. Now, when I originally was going to pitch you a Spider-Man movie or series, right, I wanted a younger Peter, in his when he was 15 or something. But then I realized, why not, since Peter's getting the big movie roles, why not give a live-action Miles a series? And plus, I thought, he could be perfect for the role. And Caleb McLaughlin, I'm probably gonna mispronounce that name throughout this entire video. I chose him because I just wanted his youthful take on Miles, and plus I've seen his fan art, and yeah, I understand it. And plus, at least it's something else to do other than Stranger Things. Also, Caleb's character in Stranger Things, Lucas, is a nerd. And also, Miles is a nerd in the comics. Now, I don't want him to be, too close to Peter, so I don't want him to play that much of a nerdy role. But, if you want him to do that, then he can do that. Also, the only villains I've casted are Rainn Wilson as Doc Ock or Bryan Cranston as Doc Ock. That's my only castings. I'm not casting Mark Hamill because he's already the Joker. And, yeah, that's about it. Anyway, let's get right into the juicy part, where I pitched you the episodes. Episode 1, you're just like me. Miles Morales gets bitten by the radioactive spider. He gets his powers, he has to learn all the responsibilities of becoming Spider-Man, and he gets his dad killed. Now, Peter won't die in this Miles Morales' origin story, because something more interesting is going to happen to this version of Peter. He's going to get married. He's getting engaged to the love of his life, Mary Jane Watson. And she's also going to be the mother of Peter Parker's daughter. So Peter is basically at the height of his life. And now Miles is going to ruin it because he has to train him now. And he's not ruining it. He's got someone to pass on the mantle, because big thing that I want Peter to do in this series is I want him to want to retire. Not to be like, oh, I'm Spider-Man no more. Like, he will come back in case the world needs him. But he's worn out at this point. He's fought the Sinister Six. Gwen Stacy's died. He's about to have a daughter. You know, he's had a rough life. He's going to have an even rougher life with a daughter. Now, for villains, any gun for hire or any like bounty hunter could do, because I want someone to be like shipping Miles' spider and like gets lost and like bites Miles and like gets like do some like undercover bullshit. I don't want it to be super agents or anything, because that's a bit too similar to the Insomniac Spider-Man. I like that version of Spider-Man. I'd probably say he's like my second favourite, besides Peter B. Parker. You know, basically basing this Spider-Man off. I want someone unique, and I'm thinking of bringing Fisk Industries into this. So any Fisk character will do. Any person that works with Fisk traditionally in the comics could do. Episode 2, Hobart. Hobart Brown, aka the Prowler, returns to New York to do some sketchy shit, and Miles and Peter suspect him of being the Prowler again, because there's a new Prowler around in town. Meanwhile, Peter and Miles are doing their own thing, like behind a mask. Miles is meeting up with his uncle, Aaron Davis. Anyway, the two don't catch it. They don't catch it Prowler yet, and he becomes a major threat later on the series. Episode 3, The Night of the Lizard. Dr. Connors relapses from his lizard formula, but this time it seems more planned out. This is because it's an elaborate ruse made by Kraven the Hunter as a way of legally hunting down the lizard. At the end of the episode, Dr. Connors realizes that he can't be cured and he will never meet his family again. So his family volunteers to turn themselves into a lizard. Not living a life among the humans, but in the sewage. Episode 4, Spider Bite. Miles, Peter, and the new kid, Nathan, aka Spider Bite, team up to take down the Sinister 60. But it turns out by the end of this episode, it's just a kid playing with his heroes who came to visit him during chemotherapy. At the end of the episode, Peter and Miles would take the kid out for a swing, and Peter would reveal his secret identity to the kid, so he'd get him to sleep. Episode 4, The Champions. Miles is left alone whilst the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, even Defenders, even the X-Men, even Peter are fighting Galactus. But he's not completely alone, because he's left with Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. Now, the two are mantles, Spider-Man and Miss Marvel. The two are mantle characters, legacy characters, which means once they're done with their job, they can pass it on to someone else. Like how Carol Danvers passed the mantle on to Kamala Khan. And Miles got his mantle passed on by Pierre. I would like them to form a friendship in this episode. And I'd like it if Miles formed a crush at least. Because Miles is usually paired up with Gwen, and she's dead in this series, and plus I don't think Peter would feel comfortable seeing Miles with his girlfriend. Episode 6 and 7, An Old Friend, Parts 1 and 2. Ben Riley meets up with the duo Miles and Peter, and tells them that his creator Jackal is making more clones. So the three pair up and try and face and track down the Jackal, who turns out has created a Ben Riley clone in the form of Kane, who's more of a violent character. Kane eventually turns against his creator and joins the two. But at the end of the episode, at the end of the part 2, Kane sacrifices himself and kills Jackal. This episode is a calm before the storm titled Not the Bees. Now, this show might need to be a 12, or if you're in America, PG-13, because a Nazi scientist turns all of his co-workers into bees, and Miles and Pierre have to take him down. It's kind of not really a big plot. It doesn't really change that much, but I thought it would be good for a full episode, and plus the episodes aren't really a continuous story. It's just more one-off stuff. Episode 9, Head First. This episode shows how important it is to be a hero, because this episode is not about the villains, it's about the heroes building up. It's about Miles learning how to become a proper hero. Now he is doing his own thing, right? But he hasn't gained the optimism. He's worked with Spider-Man, but he hasn't really saved any civilians. He hasn't seen anyone die properly yet. So this one, he has to boost up his confidence. He has to know how to become a proper hero. Episode 10, Big Brother. Miles finds out about Green Goblin and finds out how much of a big threat he is. And Green Goblin feels like torturing Miles, so he kidnaps his baby sister. Miles learns about Gwen and everything that Pierre's been through, so he finally knows how Green Goblin ruined his life essentially. And it's also a setup to the final 2 episodes. Episodes 11 and 12, Octavius, Part 1 and 2. Octavius breaks out of prison and breaks out all of his crony villains and forms the Sinister Six, but a secret member has been added, and now it's called the Sinister Seven. Now Pierre has to take down all the Sinister Seven, and he can't let Miles get to them because he knows what Otto's capable of, and he knows that Otto is his arch nemesis. Sure, Green Goblin might have killed Gwen Stacy, but Otto is far more capable of more damage and destruction. Green Goblin is built on destroying Pierre's personal life, but Otto is built on destroying everyone's life in the name of science. Meanwhile, the secret member is terrorizing the city as well, being the Arkham Knight from the Arkham games, playing as a background, helping him out. He's Mr. Negative in Spider-Man PS4. We don't know who it is until part 1 ends, and it's revealed that it is none other than Prowler. Miles has to take down Prowler now, and he gets away. But it is revealed that it's none other than Aaron Davis. Part 2. Peter gets put in a coma after part 1 because he can't handle the Sinister 7. Now, back to the Sinister 6. So Miles has to step up and everything that he's learned throughout this entire series, he has mastered a plan trying to take down Dr. Otto Octavius, who is, for some reason, missing. So it's now the Sinister 5. And, thank God, Miles wins. He takes down every villain, except from Prowler and Doc Ock. Peter wakes up from his coma. It's a short one, I know, but he finds out that he's going to be a father. This is when I would reveal that MJ is pregnant and Peter considers retiring. That's when I would put that plan into action. Because who doesn't want to see Peter grow up? And the final episode, I should have said the final 3 episodes, I know. But the final episode is called Prowler. Miles and Prowler. This is going to be the final fight throughout the entire series. Of all the build-ups to this point, with all the mystery and intrigue, Miles has finally found out that his uncle has been the Prowler. Now, he can arrest him, but he wants to reason with him. But Prowler Aaron Davis is beyond reason. The only reason why he became Prowler for this series is because to take revenge on the person that let his brother die, Spider-Man. Miles has 2 choices to make. 1. Let Prowler know, let Aaron Davis know that Miles is Spider-Man. Or he could arrest him, letting his mother only have one person in her life, and that being Miles. And he has a tough decision to make. Let her kill her, find out that he's Spider-Man, and if he doesn't, maybe he doesn't know who Aaron Davis truly is. Maybe he doesn't know completely, but he has to make a decision. He needs to save his uncle. And he can't because the police, the NYPD, needs to catch a villain. And he doesn't want to let his uncle get arrested because it's his uncle. But he can't because he's a villain. He's a massive villain. He's a terrorist. He's a criminal. So he doesn't know what choice to make. In this episode, I would like it to reveal that Miles knows how to control his powers now. I would like it to him to finally discover I wouldn't want him to discover I would like to see glimpses of him using his Venom Strike or his invisibility. But I want this episode to be when he fully masters his abilities. And at the end of the episode, Miles arrests Prowler and he reveals his secret identity. So Aaron Davis gives up being Prowler and gives himself in. At the end of the episode, as the end credits to the series, I would like Peter to be in his warehouse, about to bin off his stuff, when Dr. Otto Octavius opens the door and puts a device on Peter's head and his head and pulls out a costume. A red and black costume. As the series, season 1, ends on a cliffhanger. Let me know if you enjoyed this series. If you liked it, make sure to comment, and if you want to see more, maybe if you want to see more of this, like and comment and subscribe. Please, it really helps out the channel a lot. And let me know what you think. Let me know if there could be any changes to the series that could benefit the season 2. Anyway, it's been Redneck Fanboy Productions, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye for now.